Hi dear cricket fans, subscribers and friends of Cricket Happenings. This is your host Ram again with your Cricket Happenings show. Well, I do apologize that I was not on air yesterday due to some YouTube problems because it didn't upload. Sorry for the inconvenience. Hope you all received my bulletin that I posted yesterday on YouTube. Well, these are circumstances beyond my control. So, well, I'm again trying to see whether anything is working today. And today, what I'm going to talk about is the first one-day international, which actually of the series between Pakistan and New Zealand, and which everyone were watching with keen interest. The reason being that before the World Cup, this is their last assignment for both the teams. Well, and what a match it was! It was totally dominated by Tim Southee. Now, Tim Southee showed some wonderful exhibition of swing and seam bowling, and he made life very, very difficult for the Pakistani batsmen right from the outset. And finally, Pakistan totally succumbed as they were all out for 124 in just 37.3 overs. As far as the bowling was concerned, well, it all started with the first wicket to go was Mohammad Hafiz, who got a ball that came in, and he was caught by Brendan McCullum on the bowling of Southee for a duck. Kamran Akmal gave a catch to right of the bowling of Southee for 8, and Asad Shafiq got a ball which jagged in, and he was trapped LBW. And suddenly, like Pakistan were in disarray with Southee striking 3 quick blows at the top of the order, and then it was Yunis Khan and Misbah ul Haq at the crease, and they were the ones who actually are the only ones who actually contributed, because other than Shahid Afridi, who made 15, Yunis Khan contributed 24, Misbah ul Haq made 50. But as I said, Tim Southee was absolutely difficult. There was tremendous variation in his bowling. He was getting the ball to move at that pace. He was getting the ball to come in. He was doing all that a swing bowler and swing and seam bowler could do, and that is something which is very good coming into the World Cup. And this was played at the Westpac Stadium in Wellington, and well, it was probably one were thinking it is like a very good batting pitch, but Pakistan had no answer to Tim Southee's swing bowling, who finally returned figures of 9.3 overs, no maiden, 33 runs and 5 wickets, and he was duly named man of the match because New Zealand won this match handsomely by 9 wickets thanks to Jesse Ryder smashing 55 of just 34 deliveries with 6 fours and 2 sixes. Just going back to the Pakistani innings, the Pakistan innings totally in disarray. Yunis Khan contributed 24 of 35 balls with 2 fours, becoming a victim of Southee. In fact, Misbah ul Haq was the only one who was the highest scorer who contributed in a substantial way by scoring a 50. So he continued his good form that he had, and he made 50 of just 88 deliveries, 3 fours and 1 6. And he was also clean bowled by Southee. In fact, Southee had actually whipped the cream of the Pakistani lineup there, and after that it was and Shahid Afridi too fell for 15 and Southee. So basically Southee had the wickets of Shahid Afridi, Misbah ul Haq, Yunis Khan, and then he had Kamran Akmal, Mohammad Hafiz at the top of the order. So basically he was the one who actually whipped the cream out of the New Zealand out of the Pakistani batting order. And then there was no resistance at all. After that it was Hamish Bennett who joined in. Hamish Bennett playing his match after a long time was very, very impressive. He had good pace, he had good bounce, and that's what enabled him to have figures of 8 overs, no maiden, 3 for 26. In fact, he took back-to-back wickets. Umar Akmal was caught by Taylor of the bowling of Bennett first delivery. So Umar Akmal also had a bad match. He was out for a duck. Abdul Razak went for 6, and this was Jacob Oram coming back into the side, bowled very, very tightly after on his comeback. 10 overs, no maiden, bowled his full quota. 10 overs, no maiden, 2 for 33. And Oram took the wickets of Abdul Razak for 6 and Abdul Rahman for duck, and both of them were caught behind by Brendan McCullum. And Sohail Tanveer was out for 6 to the bowling of Bennett. And that's it. Shoaib Akhtar was not out on 1, and Pakistan innings totally folded up, 124 all out in 37.3 overs. The bowling figures of New Zealand absolutely make superb reading here. Tim Southee, top of the order, 9.3 overs, no maiden, 5 for 33. James Franklin, 4 overs, 1 maiden, none for 13. Jacob Oram, 10 overs, no maiden, 2 for 33. Hamish Bennett, 8 overs, no maiden, 3 for 26. And Daniel Vettori, 6 overs, none for 18. And as far as New Zealand were concerned, with a score of 124, well, as I told you yesterday in my bulletin, it was John Wright who actually wanted to test a few combinations. So Martin Guptill and Jesse Ryder walked in, and well, let me tell you, Jesse Ryder, just from the word go, he was absolutely brilliant. He used his raw power, his timing, his eye, and used it to perfection. And Shoaib Akhtar was at the rough end of the stick, because Shoaib Akhtar just bowled 4 overs and that went for 47 runs. In fact, Jesse Ryder played in such a manner that he raised the New Zealand 50 in just 6 overs. In 6 overs, they were 50 for no loss. And the way Jesse Ryder was playing, Shoaib Akhtar was absolutely smashed around the park. He was carved over the offside. He tried to bounce. He was hooked over for a 6. And then Shoaib Akhtar tried a few things. He was pulled over for boundaries. Sohail Tanvir was also given the same treatment, put over mid-wicket. And the way Jesse Ryder was hitting, it was a real treat to watch. Probably Jesse Ryder has been given the instructions by John Wright to actually play his natural game, and that's what he did. He did it in brilliant fashion, just rattling 55 runs of 34 balls, 6 fours and 2 sixes, and that was the reason that New Zealand romped home to just a 9-wicket victory in this first one-day international, with Jesse Ryder finally out when Sohail Tanvir had caught in the deep, caught by Asad Shafiq for 55, just 34 deliveries, 6 fours and 2 sixes, basically settling matters for New Zealand there. And Martin Guptill in the end was not out on 40 or 41 balls with 3 fours. Ross Taylor contributed 23 not out of 29 balls with 2 fours and 1 6, and the match was all over. 125 for 1. New Zealand had actually gone to a 9-wicket victory in the first one-day international in just 17.2 overs. So basically they had 33 more overs to spare. So a very comprehensive defeat. A comprehensive win for New Zealand in this particular match. Shoaib Akhtar the bowling figures are totally damaged. 4 overs going for 47. Sohail Tanvir 7 overs went for 1 for 39. Abdul Razak 4 overs no made and none for 21. Shahid Afridi bowled 1.2 overs no made and none for 7. Abdul Rahman just bowled 1 over for 10 runs. And New Zealand leading the 6-match one-day series by 1-0 currently. Well, so that is as far as this one-day international is concerned. Now, I'm going to cast an eye on, I know that yesterday I couldn't bring the report, so I'm just going to do, let's say, a short analysis of the match between India and South Africa. As you know, India India lost an opportunity there. In fact, South Africa leveled the series there versus India at the St. George Park in Port Elizabeth in the 4th one-day international. And South Africa actually won this match by 48 runs by the Duckworth-Lewis method. And the series is level at 2-2. And the focus shifts on to Sunday in the 5th one-day international between South Africa versus India at Centurion Park. And that would be the last one-day international. And that would really decide whether India has an opportunity, one last opportunity, to actually set right the record in South Africa by actually getting out a series win. Well, as far as South Africa were concerned, where they were, in fact, Hashim Amla at the top of the order. I'm only going to cover the salient features here. South Africa made 265 for 7 in their 50 overs. Hashim Amla actually broke a record. You could just imagine what a future Hashim Amla is having. He was run out for 64 or 69 balls with 8 fours, but he broke a long-standing record, a 28-year-old record held by the former Pakistani great batsman Zahir Abbas, 28-year-old record of making 2,000 ODI runs. And in fact, Hashim Amla beat him to the record. Now, Hashim Amla holds the record for the fastest 2,000 runs in one-day international cricket. Just an information for you, dear cricket fans. Other than that, there were not some only contributions coming from JP Duminy, who continued his good form, 71 not out in the end of 72 balls, 2 fours and 1 6. And the tail enders. And the tail really whacked for South Africa, which actually helped them to take the score on to 265. It was Johan Botha made 44 of 59 balls with 3 fours, and Robin Peterson 31 of 35 balls with 3 fours. As far as the bowling was concerned, I wouldn't say really happy reading there. Yuvraj Singh was the one who really turned the game India's way. Well, South Africa were batting, but actually picking up 3 for 34 of his 8 overs. As far as India were concerned, India really I would say India really struggled there. The only person who played there was Virat Kohli, who contributed 87 of 92 balls, 7 fours and 2 sixes, and 142 for 6 and 32.5 overs. One could have still given India a chance because the way they have performed, and Harbhajan Singh was not out on 3 in the middle, but unfortunately due to the rain it was interrupted, and India lost this match by the Duckworth-Lewis method by 48 runs. It was only Virat Kohli who probably would have liked to hit a century, but he was not out on 87. What a wonderful knock. He hit 2 effortless sixes over long off, and he's just improving leaps and bounds. His fielding is absolutely superb, but his batting, let me tell you, he is cementing his place in the Indian team now. And well, there was not much contributions, and well, I wouldn't be able to talk much about it, dear cricket fans, right now. I would like to cover a brief preview of the third one-day international, but is going to be played between Australia and England, and this will be played at the SCG Sydney Cricket Ground. And just going to hit on the salient features here. Well, as far as Australia is concerned, they have everything going for them. Their one-day form is looking absolutely good at the right time. For England are the ones who have to make the changes, and I'm told that Andrew Strauss might look at having the third frontline bowler, because you remember in the previous one-day international, he didn't have a third seam bowler, and he had to go for the services of Jonathan Trott. So probably we might see Chris Wokes, who did well in the 2020s, or Luke Wright. So that is the only change one could expect. But England would definitely like to improve upon what they did now, because they are actually trailing 0-2 in the series. Australia have taken the lead there, and England would definitely like to improve this record for sure. And well, they definitely have the talent, there's no doubt about it. It's only a matter of just getting it on, well, one has to wait and watch how things pan out here between Australia and England at the Sydney and the SCG. And as far as Australia is concerned, I'm told Xavier Doherty might be coming back into the team, the left arm spinner, and well, one hopes that Michael Clarke hits some form there, and also Sean Marsh, who was looking superb the other day with his brilliant century. So well, dear cricket fans, I'm not going to really go the whole way here, because I know sometimes YouTube upload gets aborted, and that's what happened yesterday, that I couldn't bring you any ball by ball cricket happenings from the world of sport in cricket. But it's a pleasure bringing you here, and hopefully this broadcast comes through to you all. That's it, dear cricket fans. And also one more thing, this on Sunday there will be the fifth one-day international between India and South Africa at Centurion Park. I'll be back with a full match report on all of those later, and unfortunately due to YouTube problems, I'm not really able to extend this broadcast. For whatever I did, please pardon me if at all you feel that you are a bit short here. I wouldn't be able to help it. That's it, dear cricket fans, subscribers and friends for Cricket Happenings. This is Ram signing off. Thank you.